Hey guys, today we have another project. So this winter I picked up this John Deere LA145. Seemed like a pretty good deal. I paid 550 bucks for it, knowing something was wrong with it, but I wasn't quite sure what. The deck makes an awful squealing noise when you turn the blades on, so I'm assuming it's a pulley, but I don't know for sure. We're gonna rebuild the entire deck. It also came with this little dump trailer here, and both the tires are flat, so I'm assuming it's just the tubes, and we're going to replace those as well. The kit I ordered off of eBay here. It comes with 4 bogie wheels for the deck. It comes with the 3 spindles, a belt, and the 3 pulleys, so hopefully that'll get rid of my noise issue. It doesn't sound like it's a PTO. I'm pretty sure it's just something on the deck, probably a spindle. And then here I have a tire tube. I thought I ordered 2. I guess I only ordered 1 for that trailer, but I'll still show you guys how to put those back on. So overall, not a bad deal. I got a dump cart here, and I got a decent lawnmower for 550 bucks. So we're gonna put probably a couple $100 into it here. This kit with the pulleys and everything, I paid $135, I believe, on eBay. And then with the 30 here, plus the tire tubes, and the oil, everything's gonna roughly be about 200 bucks. All right, so we got to start by rebuilding the deck. In order to do that, we have to take off all of the cotter pins, drop the deck, and pull the deck out. So let's get started with that as soon as I find my pliers. So there should be probably 3, 4, 5 cotter pins, so we got to work on pulling all those out here. Alright, so just to show you what I did. There was a cotter pin here with this bracket. For the deck, there's another bracket over here that had a washer and a cotter pin. There's another one in here too that just went on the side and pulled off. This middle piece here, everything goes in to this. This actually didn't have one. This pops in here, and then there's a spot for a cotter pin. Didn't have a cotter pin on it. I'll have to replace it. They must have lost it or it fell off one day. Well, and then the same side, it's the same process for the other side. So I'll mount you guys back up real quick and pull the deck off. Alright, so just pulled the deck out. Looks like there's 2 covers we got to take off. This is the LA145 model, which has 48-inch cut. So I have 3 blades. Some of the smaller models have 2 blades. This is the first John Deere I've ever owned, so I've heard good things. They're known to be very reliable. I upgraded from that little Husqvarna back there. This one has a 22 horse motor. The Husqvarna only had a 15. That one only had a 42-inch cut. This one has a 48, so a little bit bigger. So I got some covers to take off, and I'll have to pull the belt off and all the pulleys, and we'll replace everything, grease it up, and make it like new again. Alright, so I'm a little disappointed with this kit that I ordered. It's supposed to have all the pulleys. It was advertised as a replacement for a LA145, which, like I said earlier, the one I have has 3 spindles and extra pulleys. So what they gave me was a replacement for this double wide one here on this tensioner pulley, and that's a good one to have replaced. They gave me a second double wide one, and then they gave me a replacement for this little guy here. So I actually have 2 of these smaller ones here and here, and then the ones on the 2 end spindles are a lot narrower. They're a completely different style. So they gave me 1, 2, 3 replacement pulleys. I can only use 2 of them. I'm going to take either this one or the other one that I pulled off. Whatever one looks in a little bit nicer condition, I'm going to replace. As far as these, I'm just going to have to reuse these. not the end of the world. They are just pieces of metal. They don't really do a ton. You know, all the bearings and everything are in the actual spindles. It's still a little disappointing, but we're just gonna power through it, and like I said, I'll reuse the other ones and everything should be fine in the end. And I took the liberty of sharpening the blades. They were painted over to prevent rust from the factory. I just took my angle grinder with the flap disc and sharpened them up and took all the paint off. So these are actually the spindles that don't have the threads tapped at all. I am just going ahead and using my impact with the self-tapping screws, and I'm just forcing them in there. That is not the proper way to do it. You should get an actual hand tap or a tap for your drill and tap it out to the right size. But I didn't realize that they were the self-tapping ones, so this is the way I'm going to do it. Like I said, it is not the proper way, but it does work. One thing I am trying to keep in mind is these spindles actually have greasable fittings on them. I am trying to keep all of them angled so they're toward the front of the mower, so it's easier to actually grease them without taking the entire deck off. So this one I'm putting here, this one's going to be straight out there. That one will probably be straight out the side or something, so it's easy to access. Alright, so this is what we did. We replaced all the spindles. We replaced this pulley and this pulley. I reused this one, and this one. They looked like they were in decent shape. Now I just need to throw the blades on there, which, as I said, I already sharpened. And then we'll be able to slide it under the mower, test it out, make sure that squealing went away, and everything sounds fine and everything's spinning. Through and scrape some of this crap off here with the putty knife real quick. thing I did here was I greased up these spindles. The Zerk fitting I have is a little big, so I don't think it was making a good seal on there. But they're brand new, so they shouldn't really need that much grease. I greased all 3 of them. I'll show you a video of what it sounds like. There's still a little bit of squeal. I think it's just because the spindles are brand new, but it's definitely way better than it was before. I apologize, I forgot to take a before and after sound comparison. But I greased those, and then I greased by the 2 front tires here. There's a grease fitting right there, and then there's one there, and I'm sure there's one in the back somewhere too for each tire that I'm missing, but I'll look for it online and see if I'm just missing it or if these looks like they should be greasable. But so we'll the last thing we'll do is go put the tire tube in for the trailer. But I'll play a video of what it sounds like, and everything spins and runs like it should. So we officially rebuilt the deck on this lawnmower. Alright, the first step to replacing this tire tube here for this little dump cart for my lawnmower is to take this cotter pin out. So we'll see how well I can film and use one hand here. Let me get a screwdriver here. This is actually my first time doing this, but what you want to do is try not to put a hole in your actual tire. And just try and find a good spot to lift that lip up, and then it should just pop off like it just did here. So now we have just the rim, and actually I don't even know if there's a tube in here. Doesn't appear to be. So we'll just put one in, I guess. So what you want to do is, well, this valve stem needs to come out. I wonder if these were supposed to be airless tires, but they weren't sealed very good. We're going to put a tube in them. Tires are nothing special, that's why I don't really care about this that much, but you know, if they were more expensive, these are basically just wheelbarrow tires. So I got that cut off. So you want to take your valve stem side and you want to keep it close to where the hole is, and then put the tuber on the rim here. And then you want to kind of wedge it in between the inside of the tire and the rim, which can be kind of difficult. There's not a lot of wiggle room in here. Probably grab your screwdriver without actually puncturing the tube, and yeah, pry up a little bit and it gives you a little more room. Alright, so now our rim is on our tire's on our rim, and the tube's inside the tire. So all that's left is to take our air compressor and fill it up to the rated PSI. This tire is 30 PSI. Alright, so all that's left now that our tire has air in it is gotta put it back on, and then we're done. See if I can do this one-handed again. And then we're done. We have replaced the tube in the tire.